Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. On today's video, we're going to be talking about the differences between a male and female Cane Corso from my personal experience. As you guys already know, I have Dante, male Corso, and Peach, which is Peach. What are you, girl? She was eating a pencil. Girl, here. She's too heavy now, you guys. And this is Peach. She is my female Corso. Over this time of owning both of them, I have definitely picked up on differences in their personalities, and I thought it would just be very cool to make a video explaining the things that I've picked up, and hopefully this can be helpful for anybody who's in between getting a male or female Corso. So let's go over the things that are pretty much the same for both of them. Both Dante and Peach are very, very attached to my husband and I. They are naturally protective dogs, and I've noticed that their energy levels are pretty much the same. Peach is 4 months old now. Dante is 2 years old. Peach's energy levels are pretty much the same as Dante's was when he was her age. And what I mean by that is that they just kind of play and then nap. They're really great at napping. So those things are pretty much the same for both of them. Now, there are going to be some obvious differences in size, but not by too much. So Dante, because he's a male, he's obviously larger than Peach will be when she reaches her full maturity. Our breeder said that Peach will probably get to 90 pounds. In general, male Corsos are larger than female Corsos. So right off the bat, that's an obvious difference. Now, behavioral differences that I've noticed or that I've picked up is that when Dante was younger, he was way more aloof and almost way more discerning with strangers than Peach is. Peach is very accepting of strangers from what I've seen. She's a little bit, I feel like her personality is a little bit more bubbly. With Dante, it's as if he was always kind of like a little soldier, like in the military. That's how his personality, he's more reserved. I think that's the better word. He was way more reserved as a puppy and continues to be as an adult, as opposed to Peach, which is just bubbly all the time. Second thing that I've noticed or that I've picked up for both of them, Dante as a puppy was always ready to challenge us in training. He was always more likely to resist a command that we gave him as opposed to Peach. While we were training Dante, once he learned how to do sit, he always would try to see if he could get away with not doing it to get something. So he would be the kind of dog that if you tell him to sit, he would just stare at you, not do what you were saying, and just wait to see if you would let him get away with not sitting. And if you would have, and then you would have to repeat it again, and then he would sit. He's also, for example, he does this to this day. If he is misbehaving for whatever reason and I tell him to sit, he'll just go down. And that's his way of being like, okay, but I'm gonna go down. I know you don't want me to do this, but I'm gonna go down. I'm not gonna do sit. So he is way more likely to resist for a command. He's very strong-willed in his character, as opposed to Peach. Peach is more of, yeah, okay, sure, I'll sit. Now, Peach is more likely to get her feelings hurt, and like, I mean, really, really hurt, as opposed to Dante. Dante, we tell him off a couple of times, he gets sad, and then he just kind of lays down and whatever. But Peach is like a whole like drama with her. So for example, the other day I was taking a shower and my husband was taking care of the dogs, and Peach had just eaten and she tried to break into her bag of kibble again. And I heard a little bit of commotion while I was in the shower. I heard my husband telling her off, being like, no, bad girl, Peach, bad girl. Not even yelling, just being very stern. And when I came out of the shower to check on everybody, see how everybody was, I couldn't find Peach. Peach was under the bed. The only way I found her was because she was literally whimpering. Like, she was crying, like high-pitched, like holding it for a long time. I thought like she was sick or something, but it was just that. It was just that she got told off, and that was enough to put her in that state. And with Dante, it's different. With Dante, there were times when he was a puppy that we had to, you know, grab him and be like, bad dog, look at him in the eyes. And with Peach, there's really has been no need to do that at all. Yesterday, Peach just did so badly on her heeling. Like, she was all over the place. She looked like a little bull, like, or an untamed horse on the leash. She was just completely ignoring me, not listening to any of the commands I was telling her. She has officially passed on to a new kind of training phase. So we will be talking all about that in our upcoming videos for sure. But yeah, past Michelle was very naive. When it comes to strangers, as I mentioned before, Dante was always very aloof. He was very reserved with strangers. He continues to be to this day. He is the type of dog that is black and white. He either likes somebody or does not like somebody. And through training, he has grown to become neutral to that, to his own feelings. So even if he doesn't like somebody, he knows that if we tell him to sit down and be next to us and deal with it, he'll do it. Peach, she is very, very friendly from the start. She is already pretty much neutral to everybody from what I've noticed. The other day I took her to Home Depot and she was pretty much like asking to get pet. She wanted everybody's attention. And with Dante, it's more like you need to earn his respect, even if you're a stranger. So it's very interesting to see that play out. He is for sure way more dominant than Peach. And I've noticed that even with their interaction together, Dante wants a certain kind of respect. So if he's having a bone and Peach comes in, she's kind of disrespectful, trying to get the bone from him, he will let her know. He will let her know that that's unacceptable. And not in an aggressive way. There's a difference. He just, you know, blocks her, gives her a little growl, and that's enough for her to leave. With introducing other dogs, Peach is shy with other dogs, but I believe that that has to do because she's a puppy. With Dante, on the other hand, it's the same thing as before. He's a very dominant dog, but he is very submissive towards us. So when it comes to introducing a new dog or a new puppy, Dante will make sure to take cues from us. He'll always look to us for direction, but it's not something that he particularly enjoys. And that's pretty much, I feel like, what you would expect with this kind of breed. They, you know, the reason that you might hear a lot of people making such a big emphasis on socialization is because the truth is they could care less about other people. They could care less about other dogs. The only thing that they really care about is you and protecting you. So it's not really their walk in the park or their cup of tea to like other people. They're naturally going to be more reserved, and if you don't treat that and you don't socialize it, it can turn into a big problem. That's why you guys might already hear a lot of emphasis for socializing the dogs since they're very young. For example, when we brought Peach in, he was accepting of her, but he needed his space to get to know Peach. I'll put in a clip just of a before and after of Dante's behavior with Peach, and when she first came into the house and after, and you guys can tell by his body language that he's not really committed to the situation of having this new dog in the house. He's watching her, he gets near her when she's distracted. He's very discerning. He's trying to figure out what's going on, what this dog is doing here. And that's how he is overall. He's not, I'll accept you, I'll bring you in, come in here. That's not the type of dog that he is. He is very, very, very discerning. He needs his time to get used to something new. He needs his time to get used to a stranger. And that's how Dante is. Peach, again, she's different. She's very friendly, very bubbly, like, yeah, sure, come on, you guys wanna play with my dog? You guys wanna have coffee? So those are major differences that I noticed between them. Obviously, a lot of it has to do with upbringing as well, but just overall personality and behavior, those are things that I've noticed that are different between Peach and Dante. So yeah, I hope that this video was really helpful for you guys, or interesting. I just wanted to share what I've noticed from both of them throughout this time, and maybe we can touch up on this again when Peach is an adult to see how things might be different or not so different. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and see you guys next week. Bye!